Hey guys, it's RockTheGolem, and as you might have guessed from both the thumbnail of this video as well as the video's title, I'm here to announce that I'm going to be hosting a Q&A. Now when I say hosting, I don't mean it's going to be a live stream or anything like that. Basically, I'm just giving people the opportunity to contact me with whatever questions they have, and I'm going to be creating one or more videos of me answering everybody's questions. Now, I know some of you have been following me for a long time, and you've probably noticed that the last time I did a subscriber special like this was back at 100. That was my blooper reel, which if you haven't seen it, you can click this little annotation right here and check it out. But the intention I had after making that one was to make a new subscriber special at 200. Well, that got pushed back, unfortunately, to 250 initially, and then the numbers just kept going up on how many subscribers I had, and I got tied up with work and with doing recordings for other people, so my numbers kept going and I never came out with another special. Well, I promised that once I hit 500, I would announce that I'd be doing a Q&A. So here it is. I'm well over 500. I'm actually close to hitting 6 at this point. So I want to get this announcement video out now so I can start gathering questions from people and getting everything ready so that when the time comes and I have a good number of questions, I can actually produce a real Q&A video and make good on this promise for the subscriber special. Now, I'm really not sure how other people work their Q&As. I've seen people do it a couple of different ways, and I've also heard of a lot of people doing Q&As before. But here's how I'm basically going to work mine. I have 4 basic rules that I'm asking people to follow when it comes to this, and they're not really rules, to be honest. They're actually pretty forgiving when you listen to them. So here we go. Rule number 1. Anyone can ask questions. I'm going to be posting this video obviously here on YouTube, but it's also going to be on my Journal of DeviantArt, my Twitter feed, my Facebook group page, and my Google Plus page, which I don't think anyone really uses Google Plus, but hey, it's going to be there anyway. So I'm posting this in a bunch of different places. You don't have to be a subscriber to ask me questions. If you find this video and you feel like you want to ask me something, go ahead, feel free. I don't care who you are, where you've come from, if you're a subscriber or not. If you want to ask me a question, go for it. I do ask though that if you decide you want to ask me a question and you're not a subscriber, that you go ahead and do subscribe to me. If you're taking enough of an interest to ask me a question, then hopefully you'll be interested enough in seeing what my channel's all about and hopefully sticking around for a while. I love seeing my numbers go up with the subscribers. The fact that I've come this far is huge. And I said it a long time ago, I never suspected to get any subscribers, let alone, 50, 100, 200, and now almost 6. It's absolutely incredible. It blows my mind even to this day. So if you want to be a part of that, that would be great. I would greatly appreciate it. And for those of you who want to ask me a question, but you don't want to post it on YouTube, DeviantArt, or wherever, feel free to email me or private message me on any one of those mediums that I'm posting on. In addition, you can also find my email in my About section here on my channel. So if you don't want people to see your question having been asked, you can always private message me and we'll keep it our little secret. And for those of you who do ask me questions, whether it's private or not, while the Q&A video is actually being done, I will post both the question up on the screen so people know what's being asked, but I'll also credit the person who asked me the question. To that end, if you don't want to be credited, like if you don't want people to know who you are when you ask the question, just let me know. And again, this is probably going to be for those who private message me. I will not include your name. I'll keep it anonymous. I'll make sure that it never gets back to anybody. Like I said, it'll be our little secret. It'll be between you and me, and that's as far as it'll go. All right, so that's it for rule number 1. Moving on to rule number 2. You can ask as many questions as you want. I'm not going to bother putting a limit onto the number of questions that people can ask me. If you're really that interested in knowing that much about me, please hit me with as many questions as you can. I'm actually hoping to get a whole bunch of questions so that I can make this video, or hopefully multiple videos, as long as I possibly can. So the more questions I get, the better. But in regards to that though, if I do end up getting a bunch of questions, there's a good possibility that there's going to be some overlap with what people ask me. Just as a basic example, and just because I'm using these as examples, you can still ask me these questions. Don't think that just because I've mentioned them here that it's something I'm not interested in answering. But say one person asks me how long I've been voice acting for, and then a second person asks me, when did you start voice acting? Well, essentially, that's the same question. So what I would do with that would be combining the questions into one, and I would give credit to all of the people that asked me questions that were along that line. That way I'm not answering questions multiple times, everyone gets their answer, everyone gets the credit they deserve, and everybody's happy. So that's how I'll be doing it when it comes to being asked multiple questions. Rule number 3, you can ask me anything you want. It doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't have to be about voice acting. It doesn't have to be about singing, graphic design, video editing, any of the stuff that I do. You can make it as personal as you want. But there's a catch to that rule. Just because you can ask me anything that you want doesn't mean I'm going to answer it. Depending on how personal things get, I reserve the right to refuse answering your question. I'll still give you credit for the question, I'll still post it, I'll still, let people know who you were if you want, but just because you've asked me the question doesn't mean I'm going to answer. It all depends on what it is you're asking me. And as far as that's considered, let's try to keep this, PG-13, maybe leaking a little bit into R. I'm not looking to, put out a video that's going to drive my subscribers away, and I'm not looking to do that by offending anybody with the types of questions being asked. The other part of that too is that if you decide you're going to try to be smart and play the system and, ask me a really personal question and then be like, I don't want people to know who I am, well then I'm probably not going to post your question, because that's just going to be a waste of my time, a waste of everyone else's, and I'm sorry, I'm just not going to do it. It's great that you want to have fun and games at someone else's expense. I'm going to be the buffer on that one and make sure that that doesn't happen. But that actually brings me to my 4th and final rule. Have fun with this, guys. We're all here to have a good time. This is about me getting to know you as much as it is you getting to know me. The fact that I have almost 600 subscribers means that there's almost 600 people out there that have an active interest in what it is that I'm doing here. I want to learn about who is really interested in me. I want to learn about what my fan base likes, what they want to see more of, and what it is that I'm doing that keeps them coming back. I would like this to grow as much as possible, and it's been doing a phenomenal job, especially over the past year. So for as much as I want you people to know more about me, I want to know more about you as well. So when it comes to asking questions, if you guys actually have requests for, covers or fan dubs that you want to see me do, throw it out to me in the form of a question. Ask me, can you fan dub this for me? Can you do this song as a cover? Feel free to make requests with this as well. Don't be shy. I'm trying to keep this in a Q&A format, but as open of a forum as possible. And if this Q&A is successful, who knows? I may end up doing another one in the future. If we get enough people involved, we might be able to do a live stream type thing where I'll answer the questions on camera. I think something like that would be awesome. But again, that's off in the future, so let's not get ahead of ourselves. But speaking of which, the Q&A actually will not take place until sometime in very early 2015. I'm posting this today on November 4th. So I figure about 2 months or so would be more than enough time for people to send me questions and for me to compile them and get everything ready and prepare my answers and get everything recorded and get everything out for everybody. I definitely want to have the Q&A finished and posted in January of next year. But I want to give people enough time to get everything in and to, think of stuff and give them the opportunity to kind of, gather their thoughts and think of what they want to ask. So again, guys, remember, anyone can ask questions. You can ask as many questions as you want. You can ask me anything you want, and above all, have fun. All right, I'm really looking forward to seeing what you people bring to the table for me. I hope there's a lot of stuff. I can't wait to go through it, and I can't wait to see what you guys are interested in hearing from me about. Now, I gotta get back to recording for other people, and hopefully I will have at least 1, if not 2 more videos posted out for everyone to see this year. So wish me luck, and I will see you guys on the other side. All right, guys, take care.